I found this book that my sister used to really love. Want to hear it?
Sure, but only if you read it with feeling.
Okay, here it is. Alligator Baby by Robert Munsch. Illustrated by Martchenko.
Ah, yes, I know it well.
Yes, it is a well-known book. Now let me read it.
Okay, go ahead. I'm all ears.
One night, Kristen's mother woke up and yelled, "A baby! A baby! I'm having a baby!"
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
What?
That was the exposition.
What?
The part of the story where we learn about the setting, the characters, and the situation.
So, that it's night. It's about Kristen and her parents and that they are having a baby.
Yeah.
Kristen's father jumped up, zoomed around the room, got dressed, and grabbed Kristen's mother by the hand. They ran downstairs to the car and drove off really fast. Vroom! Unfortunately, they got lost. They didn't go to the hospital, they went to the zoo. But it was okay. Kristen's mother had a lovely baby. Then they drove home and knocked on the front door. Bam, 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 bam!
Ooh, ooh.
What?
That was the initial incident.
What was?
They went to the zoo instead of the hospital. I bet this will lead to the main conflict.
Kristen opened the door and there was her mother, holding something all wrapped up. "Kristen," she said, "would you like to see your new baby brother?" "Oh yes," said Kristen. So Kristen lifted up the bottom of the blanket. She saw a long green tail and said, "That's not a people tail. That's not my baby brother." Just then, the baby reached up and bit Kristen's mother in the nose. She yelled, "Ah!" Then the baby reached up and bit her father in the nose. He yelled, "Ah!" "That's not a people baby," said Kristen. "That's an alligator baby." "Goodness," said her mother, "we've got the wrong baby."
I know the main conflict. That they got the wrong baby. And this was the first event in the rising action.
Huh?
Bringing home an alligator baby helps build up the conflict.
So Kristen put the alligator baby into the fish tank, and her mother and father drove back to the zoo. They came back in an hour and knocked on the door. Bam, 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 bam! Kristen opened the door and her mother said, "Would you like to see your new baby brother?" "Oh yes," said Kristen.
I think I know where this is going.
"Where?"
Well, what do they bring home next?
"A seal."
That's more rising action. It adds to the suspense.
After that, they bring home a gorilla.
See?
Here the story changes. This time Kristen is going to try to get the right baby from the zoo. First, Kristen looked in the snake cage. No people babies. Then Kristen looked in the wombat cage. No people babies. From far away she heard, "Wah! Wah! Wah!" "That's more like it," said Kristen. She followed the sound. It was coming from the gorilla cage.
It's the climax! What's going to happen? Will she get her brother back?
Then the people baby reached up and bit the gorilla on the nose, and the gorilla yelled, "Ah!" and handed the baby to Kristen. Kristen jumped on her bicycle and pedaled home.
The main conflict has been solved. Kristen got the right baby.
But we don't know how Kristen's parents react or what happens to all the animal babies.
All of that will come in the falling action and the conclusion.
Kristen knocked on the door. Bam, 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 bam. When her parents opened it, she said, "Would you like to see your new baby?" Kristen's mother lifted up the bottom of the blanket and said, "Look, people legs." Kristen's mother picked up the baby and gave it a big hug. Her father took the baby and gave it a big hug.
See? Falling action.
"Right. But what are we going to do with all these other babies?" yelled Kristen's father. But Kristen looked out the window and said, "I don't think we'll have to do anything at all."
See? Conclusion. All the loose ends have been tied up.
Right, well there you have it. Elements of a short story nicely demonstrated by Robert Munsch.